I am at Stanibal's Hospital in Glasgow, Virginia. There's got to be close to 30 people here. There's tents in the backyard, as you can probably see. They've got a big area outside here under cover. They've got 2 bunk rooms. They've got a bunch of semi-private rooms. They have, and then they have 3 couches. And all 3 couches were rented last night. It's not a big house, but it is full. There's rooms upstairs. They've got 1 bathroom in the house, and then they do have 2 porta potties outside. They're good hiker folk. It is crowded. There's a lot of people there. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. I can't go inside just because literally, there's people sleeping everywhere. It is a very busy place. Now, one of the people that run it last night, she made brownies and had ice cream and brownies later than I would have liked. To be honest, the quiet time starts at 10, and it doesn't start getting quiet till 10. And then it gets quiet pretty quick, but 10 o'clock is late if you're getting up early. Good morning, almost 6:30. Just got dropped off by Stanibal, the owner of Stanibal's. Had a nice chat on the way down. He owns this hostel, and he owns another one up in Waynesboro. I know he's got some other real estate and businesses and whatnot that he runs as well. He knew I wanted to get out early and said, hey, I'll take you down at 6. So here we are. They they have coffee and pancakes and whatnot. They do breakfast, and so pretty much everybody else is back there doing breakfast. But with the heat, it just wasn't worth the breakfast for me was not worth the stay. I'll take the extra hour or whatever. Normally they wouldn't be getting people out of there till about 7 o'clock to head to the trail. And they had a lot of people said, oh yeah, I'll go at 8 or I'll go at 9. And that's fine, but I'd rather get the early start. So here I am back. So this is the first shelter of the day. Less than 2 miles in. This is the shelter that had the norovirus problem down that way. Also, it's not 8 o'clock in the morning yet. If there's people, there may still be people there that haven't gotten up going yet. I'm not going down. It's a beautiful day. Sun's up. Everything's wet, so it's humid. I'd say it's in the 70s already. Not supposed to get real hot today, but we'll see what happens. Everything's wet. So I had a couple slips this morning. The rocks are wet and slippery. And then when I went in, 2 days ago, it had been dry for a long time and everything was really dry. Well, it's not dry now. I'm also wearing a new pair of shoes. Let's see if I can go down. Yeah, I'm wearing a pair of Ultra Timps. These are Timp 2s. I had been wearing the Olympus, and I got, over 300 miles on the Olympus, and they're not dead yet, but I didn't want to get to a point where they were, and I hadn't made another pair of shoes, working yet for me. So while I intend to be out for quite a few days on this stretch, the fact is there's a couple of pickup points. There's a number of pickup points along the way. In fact, right in the area of the shelter I'm going to tonight is where a lot of the people that were at the shelter last night had started their day yesterday, and then they packed down this 3,000 foot, climb that I'm doing today. So I started at 600 and something feet elevation. I'm at, I think, 1,300 now. And this is a steady uphill until I get to about 2,500. Then I get a little break, and then it climbs up to 3,000. And then you get a little break, and it climbs up to almost 35, 34 something, where it peaks out for the day and then goes down a little bit after that to the shelter I will probably go to tonight. It's not a long day hiking-wise, but because it's an all uphill and because I think it's going to be hot and because I didn't get started until 6:30, I don't expect to go past that shelter. I might, but we'll see. It'll be, 10, 11 mile day. A little after 10. Still headed north. That's the trail. It's a little bit rocky. This is kind of almost looking straight up. Not quite, but you can see it's a lot of rock. And that way is the trail. Don't know just how ugly it's going to get, but There is a cliff kind of on this side. Always an extra opportunity. Headed north. It's the trail. Yeah, and that's the cliff that we're on the side of. And there's the best view I've had of the day. Pretty sure that's the James River. Get some mountains over there. Don't know what we'll have for views further on in the day, so figured I'd take advantage of this one before. So this may be the best view of the day. And, ooh, I'm gonna get it quick. If you look right over there on the top of that ridge, just to the left of where that cloud's climbing up the hillside, is the radar dome on Apple Orchard Mountain where I was a couple days ago. Of course, that's the ridgeline that we walked across. And then what the rest of this, no idea. No idea, but I'll share it with you. And it's a good, probably much 180 view. This direction right here is almost due south, just to give you a reference. So I'm going to keep heading north. Elevation's about 2,500 feet right now. We started off at about 6 something. All up, heading up. Hope you're having a wonderful day. So this is not the sign of a hiker convention. I just passed, I think it was called Kona Rock Trail Crew. There's a bunch of them down there, as you can see, and they're building rock steps, doing some seriously heavy work. Obviously said thank you very much for all that you do. This is them. Down there. About 11:30. This is looking mostly to the southeast. Well, I guess east is in that direction. And then around to the south. It's the James River still. The town at the far end there is probably Glasgow. It's a nice little patch of rhododendrons. I don't know how well it'll show up, but I like it because you got this color, and then you got this color, and then if you look down back, there's some really red ones. And then you've got some red and pink ones up here along the trail. This one's about as light as I've seen. Very pretty. And of course the dark ones down back are very pretty as well. And then this is more typical. Haven't seen that many that are, in some level of fairly out, all right together like this. So it's 12:30. 6 hours into my day, just about 6 miles covered. Elevation is 2,600 feet, and I started out at, 700 feet. Maybe 6 something. The hill up this morning kicked my butt. I was definitely not making 1 mile an hour up that. Last half hour has been pretty cruisy, and I've picked up a little bit of extra. Still headed north. I mean, the shelter's not that far, less than 6 miles, I think. Have to decide what I'm going to do when I get there. I have one more really good climb up, and that's like during the heat of the day, so I got, that'll slow me down. I don't know how this will show up. It's noticeable for me from here. I don't know what the color perception will be, but the side of that ridgeline over there, the side of it is like pink. It's just a massive amount of rhododendrons along that ridge. So about 1:30 I started an up, my last up of the day. Elevation right now is about 3,000 feet. I got about another 300 feet of up and about half a mile to the top of Bluff Mountain. It's I'm trying to, so if you can see through the trees, there's a bit of a view. Would have been good a little bit ago. The up has not been as difficult as the morning up, and it's not going to be as long. The difference being it's being done during the heat of the day. Temp's probably around 80. And also, of course, it's on afternoon legs, not morning legs. So it doesn't seem easier, but I think it is. Now, it could get real hard right at the top. Like I said, I got half a mile, which is quite a bit of trail. Yeah, I don't know what these are. I'm sure someone does. Been seeing them sporadically for a while. But I haven't seen, any concentration of them. And I get here, and if you look, there's this whole massive bush of them. And then there's more over here. And then there's more all the way down the side of this hill. There are a number of sad remembrances along the trail. This is one of them. The exact spot, little Odie Klein Powell's body was found April 5th, 1891, after straying from Tower Hill Schoolhouse. November 9th, a distance of 7 miles. All up, I might add. Age 4 years, 11 months. This is almost the top of Bluff Mountain. The top is right up there, I think. So, heading up, heading north. The top of Bluff Mountain. Not staying long, but I'm sitting on the steps to what used to be some kind of a structure here, obviously. I'll get up. Northbound is that way and down. A little bit of a view in that direction. This appears to me to be a set of steps I was sitting on. And then there's these blocks, probably supported a tower. And southbound is that way down. It's the way I just came up.